Very good evening, Romit sir.
Good evening, Pradeep.
Very good evening, Romit sir. A very good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for joining in today. Sir, I just request for a couple of more minutes so we can start this Power Pack session. Since
Sure, we'll wait for another 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah,
2 minutes.
yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Because we should respect people who has come on time.
Absolutely, sir. and industrial leaders from across the country. Your presence today clearly reflects one thing: you are serious about staying ahead in the wealth management curve. As clients' expectations evolve and ultra high net worth individuals demand more sophisticated structure and long term solution, traditional advisory models are no longer enough. Family offices are rapidly becoming the gold standard, not just globally, but right here in India. In today's session, we have designed to help you understand why offices are booming. We'll decode how 40 trillion in global assets in reshaping advisory careers, and most importantly, help you upgrade your practices from wealth creation to wealth preservation. So I encourage you to all of you to stay engaged, take notes, and make most of these next 60 to 90 minutes, because the insight you gain today can reshape your professional journey for sure. For speakers today, it's now give me immense pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker for the evening, a leader, a mentor, and a visionary in the field of global finance education. He's none other than Mr. Romit Bharat, Executive Director, AFM India. Romit sir brings with him deep industry expertise, global exposure, and years of experience in shaping career of finance professionals across India and international markets. Under his leadership, AFM India has played a pivot role in introducing world-class certification and future-ready framework for wealth managers, advisors, and financial leaders. We are truly privileged to learn from someone who has been at the forefront of transforming advisory practices into scalable, high-value wealth businesses. So, without further ado, let's get ready to gain powerful insight and future focused perspectives. So please join me in warm welcoming Mr. Romit Bharat sir. Sir, it's over to you. Please take it from here, sir.
Thank you so much, Pradeep. In fact, this is one of my favorite subject, which I have been talking recently across various interactions that I'm doing, which you very correctly said, it is the most emerging, topic. And I remember 20 years back when I used to talk to distributors on convincing them to come into capital markets to become a distributor of mutual funds. There were a lot of people who accepted the idea, and there are a lot of people who did not accept the idea. And it's not 20 years, it's 25 years. 25 years fast forward, when I meet those distributors, the one thing that they tells me is, Romit sir, thank you very much. If I would not have met you 20 years back, probably I would not have been a successful mutual fund distributor. So once again, thank you very much all for coming and attending these sessions. And I'm going to be very, very honest that over the next 45 minutes, I'm going to take you through a lot of facts, a lot of data, which will help you to understand what is happening and how the industry is shaping up. And as a financial advisor or as a wealth manager or as a private banker to your client, whatever way you want to call yourself, what are the few important things that is happening? So, thank you, Pradeep, once again for doing this thing. So this particular programs that we have been running now is supposed to be one of the most important curriculum that we will see in the days to come. And as we understand that a lot of clients of yours for whom you manage wealth, they are also increasing very fast. Now, recently there was an article in this, in Money Control, which came. I don't know how many of you have read that, but I would request all of you to scan the QR code on the right hand side to get a glimpse of that particular article. This article is written by one of the India's finest wealth manager and private banker called Mr. Sandeep Jetwani, who happens to own a very futuristic wealth management company called Deserves. He is writing an article which says that Indians creating wealth faster than what wealth management industry can serve. And trust me, this is one of the most relevant topic that I have come across. It is very true that Indians are creating wealth faster than what wealth managers or wealth management industries can serve. And none of you, I can tell you here, because I am associated with a lot of these large wealth management companies like Kotak Wealth, a lot of these large management companies like Client Associates, IFL, Motilal Oswal, where I see how fast they are adopting what is the future, which is upgrading and updating themselves into the next requirement, which is setting up a large family office setup. So how many of you think that being into the mutual fund business is not only the thing that you need to do, you need to think beyond? आपको केवल म्यूचुअल फंड्स से बेचने से आगे जाना होगा. How many of you think, probably everybody of you think, that only being designated as a mutual fund distributors will not take you to the next level, because the world is changing very fast. Your clients are also getting updated. They are also become knowledgeable. They are also become informed. And today, when you say that you only do mutual fund, that basically restricts your opportunity to the client, because your investors are looking lot more ideas, lot more opportunities beyond only mutual funds. So we will see why is this happening and how big is going to happen. And as a wealth manager and private bankers, how can you start preparing yourself so that you can start getting into this particular space, which is fast emerging in India? 90% of wealthy families lose all their wealth within the three generations. This is a fact, this is a data, and this is something which is available on public domain, that 90% of wealthy families who creates wealth lose all their wealth within the next three generations, which means that today as a private banker, when you are creating wealth for your clients, and the amount of money that you create for them is going to vanish over the next three generations. And this is something which is very, very important. Not only that, HNIs and ultra HNIs are looking beyond conventional investment solutions. And a lot of you would agree that today, when you go to your client and you talk about a great investment ideas around angel funds, or you go to your clients and talk about a very interesting investment ideas around private equity, the clients are equally eager to hear from you. The question is, are you equipped to handle those kind of clients where not only the clients is growing, but their also demand for this kind of products are also increasing? Because somewhere during my interactions with a lot of distributors, private bankers, and various platforms, I have realized that while your clients continue to become progressive, somewhere you don't open up your eyes and try to meet their demands. As a result of which, what happens? Either your client comes out from you, or you start becoming irrelevant in your client's investments and wealth journey. There was a book which came, and I would suggest all of you to buy this book. This is one of the finest book you will ever read. Not only that, when you buy this book, you read this book, but इस books के ऊपर काफी videos भी हैं YouTube में. The book is called "The Future is Faster Than You Think," and it is written by somebody called Peter Diamandis. Now, right hand side में Amazon का link दिया हुआ है. I don't get paid for any kind of recommendations given to Amazon, so you can very well buy this book from your login if you have Amazon in your phone. And I would request all of you to buy this book, because when you buy this book and you read this book and you see some of the videos, you will see how fast the world is changing, not across computing technology in human behavior, but also in the investment management space. And how, if you do not update and upgrade yourself, you will soon become relevant. And that's what the essence of this book. And not only the content of this book is very relevant, but the topic of this book is what is most important in today's world, which is that future is faster than you think. And it is applicable to all of us here sitting. As a education, training, and consulting company, we also have to keep ourselves updated and upgraded so that we don't become irrelevant in the distributions, empowerment, and education. In the same way, when you are handling clients' money, it is important to also upgrade and update. Because if you don't upgrade and update, somewhere you will go down to the history as the next BlackBerry of the wealth management industry. So, as a distributor, as a financial advisor, as a wealth manager, as a private banker, it is very, very important for all of us to know what is happening around and how is it going to impact my life as a financial distributor. At Aafm India, we do a lot of these interesting talk shows, discussions around masterclass and smart talk, where we talk about a lot of topics which otherwise you will not be able to attend those. And these comes absolutely free. A lot of them are free, a lot of them are extremely mildly priced, so that your access to knowledge does not get stopped because of money. So we have done training programs on AIF, we have done training programs on angel funds, we have done training programs on how to build AUM in PMS and AIF. Not only that, we often bring a lot of the finest fund managers, product managers also, and we bring to ensure that you get an access to the right product when it comes to managing super HNIs or wealthy investors. Now, coming to the core point, that why is that you are becoming, or you will soon become, irrelevant? Because investors' life cycle is like a new grown baby. As the baby keeps growing, his society, his environment, his needs, and his demand keeps changing till the time he becomes self-independent, and he is adult enough to take his own decisions. In the same way, when a client is onboarded, he's like a newborn baby. He's completely dependent on you. He listens to you, you guide him, you mentor him, and he keeps on creating wealth. But the moment a clients create a particular limit of wealth, then he is also approached by various other wealth managers, private bankers, and other investment advisors. Because as your clients keep creating wealth, his priority starts keeping changes from being just wealth management to risk management to capital management. Let me give you an example. I have a friend who started his wealth management journey some 15 years back with a very renowned investment advisor or a mutual fund distributors 15 years back, and he was very disciplined. He works with a very large banks in India, and he happens to be one of the department head. And that has got nothing to do what he is planning to do now. Over the last 15 years, he has created around 27 crores of total financial assets. Now, for any middle class Indian, 27 crores is a big amount. Because even if you don't do anything, if you keep 27 crores, if I give this 27 crores to any of you, you would be able to give him 15 lakhs rupees every month without having to create any stress for the fund. So for every domestic middle class Indian, 15 lakhs rupees a month continuously for the rest of life without having any impact on the core principle can make him become an entrepreneur. Because in India, when you get 15 lakhs rupees per month for the rest of your life, if you know, if you manage it well, even if you keep it in a liquid fund, on a 27 crores, you can get between 14 to 15 lakhs rupees every month. You can start looking for a lot of businesses. So a typical middle class Indian who happen to be a salaried middle class start building up an entrepreneurial sense. And that is where the risk management and capital management comes into the picture. Till now, the distributors was managing his wealth, but as he progresses along in the client's journey, now he will have to manage risk and also provide him capital because the client is migrating from a salaried employee to an entrepreneur. Now, during this journey, lot of time you will feel to be left out because if you don't upgrade and update, somewhere you will continue to remain at the bottom level of the pyramid, which is wealth management, whereas currently your client is somewhere floating around capital management, risk management, and wealth management. And that is where this kind of family offices curriculum or family offices services is going to be extremely important to all of you. Now, why do people start becoming entrepreneurs? Now, this is a very interesting data if you see. Let us assume on the left hand side, let us assume that your investors whom you services earns 100 rupees in a month. Now, typically in 100 rupees of an income, 90 rupees goes into a non-discretionary spends and 10 rupees goes to a discretionary spends. Now, when the income grows from 100 to 130, that is when his income grows by 30%, his non-discretionary spends does not grow much. His 90 rupees worth of non-discretionary spends increases to 100, which is only 10%. So out of 130 rupees, 100 rupees is his non-discretionary spends, and the remaining 30 rupees is what remains back to him as a discretionary spends. So in terms of the discretionary spends growth in this figure, you can very much well say that 10 rupees of discretionary spends now has become 30 rupees, which is almost 200 times or 3x, which otherwise means that when your income grows by only 30%, your discretionary spends grows up by 3 times. Now, what happens when discretionary spends grows by 3 times? Now, at one point at the initial level, when you have 10 rupees worth of discretionary spends, you would spend into a lot of fancy, unproductive items like you will buy fancy watches, you will buy for exotic cars, you will buy additional residential properties, you will take your fish to an international. There's a limit because you cannot keep on taking your families to international travel every year, thrice or 4 times in a year. You go to international travel for once in a year. You cannot end up buying exotic cars and luxury watches. So at certain level, when you do not have any other unproductive discretionary spends to spend money, a very large portions of that money then start flowing into capital markets. And as a distributor, you need to understand a very critical psychological changes which happen in the mindset of an investor. When you do not have money, you do not want to take risk. But when you have money, you can afford to take a risk. And that's where, as a distributor, you will have to handle your investors. The problem is the client becomes an adult, but we continue to see him in the baby stage. And that's where the disconnect starts. Because somewhere we feel that as our children grows, he is only going to drink milk from me. We fail to understand that he has friends, he has its likings, and he has his priorities which may not be around me. If I don't upgrade along with my children also, somewhere we become irrelevant in their life. In the same way, when your client also grows and he has investment money to invest, and if you do not encourage him to invest, he would probably go to your competitions because he would get his demand met by your competitions. So as your client keeps on creating wealth, he is actually looking for also other investment ideas because by this time, the kind of effort that you have made towards empowering, educating, and upgrading your customers to know mutual funds, somewhere he thinks that he knows it. And it is true that he knows it because the type of technology, the type of softwares, the type of mobile applications today you have, it is not very tough to make one client who has been investing for long to make him understand what is mutual fund and why is SIP important. So somewhere, if you do not update and upgrade, there is a high chance that you will also become obsolete over the period of time. Indians, especially all your investors around you, are becoming wealthy. And these are some of the snippets which is available in the public domain. If you search internet very closely, you will see there are a lot of newses which might feel at the very instances to be false. Jains in Gujarat buys 186 luxury cars because they were getting 21 crores, some kind of a great deal. Or the number of apartments that were booked during Jan to September last year, 62% of the properties were more than 1 crore and above. Indians brought Mercedes-Benz car worth 1 crore in every 6 minutes the last Navratri, which all says that your clients around you are creating a lot of wealth and that number of wealth creation is happening more than you can serve. So when you don't provide him a solutions for his investment, he's end up buying Mercedes-Benz car or he's buying super luxury apartments. Now I'll give you an example. Recently, we were planning to buy a new car at our home. So me and my family went to were looking for a car, and we went one of these exclusive car seller. While we were finalizing the particular car, the girl who was selling us the car was also giving us an investment idea around private credit. And he was selling a private credit fund of a very large asset management company. She did not realize that I was coming from the industry, nor did I told her that I come from this industry. Trust me, the kind of convictions that he was bringing into the table in selling Mercedes-Benz car is the same convictions through which he was selling a private credit fund, because she was giving a very brilliant example of how can be a private credit helps an investor to beat volatility. The point is, how many times in your case you have been a partner to your client or advisor to your client when he's taking an investment decisions in buying a Mercedes Benz or his next apartment? Probably out of 50 people, 10% of the crowd would say that clients do take me, or I am part of the client's investments or buying decisions of a Mercedes Benz or his vehicle. The world is changing very fast, let me tell you, and you will not realize that in what level your competition is grading up. Now, if you think you need to understand this article, you can always scan this. All my data, facts, and figures that I bring in front of you are all publicly available, and I don't hold any responsibility for any kind of data which can come out as a wrong data, because these are all publicly available data. What is the importance of regulations? All of you are from the industry. Can you sell or distribute mutual funds or PMS to your investors without NISM 5A or NISM 21A, even you earn Nobel Prize in mutual funds or PMS? The answer is clearly no. Even you are a master in mutual funds or PMS, even you have your thesis on mutual fund and PMS, which may earn Nobel Prize, but you are absolutely irrelevant when it comes to distributing those funds. And that is exactly which is happening in our country today. There are two kind of programs that you see often around. One is focusing on upskilling and one is focusing on certifications. And there are brilliant programs. I can tell you, there are programs which we run, which is CWM, CTP. There are programs like CFP, QPFP. These are brilliant programs. These are world-class programs, and there is no doubt to their quality of content. But the question is, all these programs, they do not run a certification angle to it, because in India, the certifications requirement are very clearly laid down in the SEBI regulations document. If you have to sell mutual fund, you have to be 5A. If you have to sell PMS, you have to be 21A. If you have to be selling equity derivatives, you have to if you have to clear NISM paper 8. If you have to sell SIF, you have to do paper 13. If you are a retirement advisor, you have to do paper 17. If you have to become a equity research analyst, you have to do paper 15, which means that there is a difference between upskilling and certifications. When you take up programs on upskilling, it helps you to gain knowledge and expertise. And when you do certifications programs, it makes you relevant, compliant with the regulations. The problem in India is the great programs, which are upskilling programs, they do not give you an exposure to certification, which means that if you do any of these programs, which is upskilling, they cover a very less curriculum that will also make you certified. So if you are a great wealth manager who are upskilling through any of these world-class programs, again, you will have to come and do your certifications programs. And that is where we identified a very big opportunity. Because if you see the data which is there in your screen, the growth of AIF, which is alternate investment funds, is growing bigger in percentage terms than the mutual fund. In percentage terms, the growth of AIF commitments in India over the last 5 years is growing at 33%, 32%. Whereas in percentage terms, the growth in MFAUM is around 21%, which means that more and more investors are also buying other exotic products. And if you do not sell this product to your client, then somewhere you are actually handing over your clients to your competitions. Because remember, the guy who is selling a Mercedes-Benz car is also selling AIF and PMS, because he knows all the people who are coming to buy a Mercedes-Benz car can also invest into a private credit funds or a PMS, because a Mercedes-Benz car costs between 55 to 60 lakhs rupees, and anybody who is buying a 55 lakhs to 60 lakhs rupees car can very well also invest into PMS and AIF. That's the synergy which is building up in the industry. Not only that, the number of crorepati's in India is also increasing at an abnormal rate. Now, the rate at which the crorepati's in India is growing is around 40%. And a compounding calculator will tell you that if something is growing at 40%, then it grows 30 times in 10 years, which means that at a current level of 6.75 lakhs people filing income tax returns of 1 crore, This number will grow to 2.8 crores of income tax returns by 2035, where the minimum income tax returns will be around 1 crore, which means that not only that the people around you are becoming rich, the speed at which they are becoming rich is also increasing in a big way. And that's where the opportunity for a family office kind of a services comes in. Probably you have never imagined the numbers of croropatis in India has grown by 500% in the last 6 years, because probably nobody have been able to show this data to you so vividly. So that's where the opportunity comes in. Currently, around 8.5 lakhs individual ITR is supposed to be filled above 1 crore. And this growth rate of ITR above 1 crore is growing at 43%. More than 3 crores of ITRs to be filed, more than 1 crore in 2035. Now, you might debate this data. Let me give you a very interesting example. In 2022, on 1st and 2nd of December, there was an event which happened organized by one of a very large popular platform. And the name of this event was Samriddhi. It was arranged by Pathshala, organized by Dharmendra Satpathy ji and his team. I was given a chance to present our data where I said on that particular day, as I speak, the number of demat holdings in India is around 22 crores. Now, a lot of those demat holdings may be overlapping. That's not the point. The point is 60 to 70% of the numbers that you see here will actually come out to be correct. And if 60% of that numbers come out to be correct, the opportunity that comes to you is limitless. 3 crores ka 60% matlab almost 2 crore. 2 crores people filing more than income tax of 1 crore is a very, very big opportunity for all of you sitting here and willing to understand how do we navigate and calibrate our business for the next decade. The point is, lot of you would have investors today who had a financial assets worth 7 to 10 crores. A lot of you will have clients where your effort has generated around 5, 6, 7 crores or 10 crores to your client. And if you dig them well, you will find a lot of them would have. On an average, if you are a serious wealth manager or a private bankers, you would see at least 15 to 20 people around you who would have between 7 to 10 crores. Now, the simple rule of compounding says that if you are investing and the investing is generated 16% annualized return for the next 10 years, then these 7 to 10 crores will eventually become 5 to 70, 50 to 75 crores. And if this rate of growth happens at 26%, matlab, if your investors is generating IRR returns of 26% in the portfolio, then without having doing anything, your client will become an 100 crore guy. And you have seen that how does the change happens in an investor's mindset when he keeps becoming wealthy. So even at 12%, the client will become a 40 crore guy. Now, 40 crore guy, by only investing into a liquid fund, can generate around 20 lakhs rupees of revenue or income every month. And that's the kind of opportunity that these investors would give it to you. So if you're not updated and upgraded somewhere, you will not be able to continue to be his distributor. And that is exactly what we have seen, that as your clients keeps creating wealth, his requirement changes. And that is where you will also start looking in that directions. So typically, as your clients keeps creating wealth, he becomes wealthy. you need to convert your distribution business to a family office solutions. Now, family office may be a fancy term to all of you because it's a term which originated in US. Obviously, US has been creating wealth for their investors almost 100 years in advance than India, because there are a lot of institutions in US which are 200, 300 years old. General Motors, Ford Motors, General Electrics, these are companies which has been creating wealth for the long term here. So typically, if you compare an Indian with an American, and Americans are much more wealthy than Indians because they have seen the growth of equity over the last 100 years. And you are saying equity growth from 1993 when Indian opened up. So family office might be a very exotic term, but trust me, every term which has a global impact has an Indian significance. And that's why the family office solutions in India would soon come very fast, probably faster than you think. So what does typically a family office solution tells you? And typically when I say a family office, I mean a family with a 50 crore solutions. Now you might tell me that Romit bhai, I don't have a client who is worth 550 crores. I ask you a question. If you are planning your child to get into IIT or any other, or you are willing to make him a chartered accountant, does this happen overnight? That you think that my son wants to go to IIT and tomorrow he wakes up, he goes to the IIT exams and clears IIT? No. A proper IIT preparation takes 4 to 5 years. And that's when a particular candidate or a student cracks an IIT exams or a chartered accountant or a similar medical exams. In the same way, we are not talking about a 50 crore solutions today. We are talking about a 50 crore solution that will come to you in the next 4 to 5 years. And that's where the preparation should start. A typical family office looks for a succession planning, because the moment you create a wealth, you have to ensure that this wealth should not be a reason about for the disintegration in your family. Because the moment the investors does not exist, this 50 crores can ignite a disintegration between his family members. The brothers will not treat themselves brothers. The sisters and brothers will not see each other, and the mother will also not be treated as a mother, because money is the most important factor in any relationships. So are you providing succession planning to your clients? Because while the client will continue to focus on domestic investment, are you offering him any offshore investment solutions? Why aren't we offering offshore investment solutions? Because we don't know how an offshore investment or a global dollar denominated funds your client to only look for his investments, because at some point of time the client is also being predated by your competition, and your competition is providing him opportunities to expand his business. And obviously one of the most important area is taxation and compliance, because as your client keeps creating wealth, one of the biggest worry in the client's investment journey is the taxations, because India is a very heavily taxed country and it is a complicated tax structure. Every asset has a different taxations, and there are different holding period that affects the taxations. Do you know each of them? Lot of times you will come across your client who wants to invest more than they have invested on a particular fund. मैं आपको छोटा सा example देता हूँ. अभी recently there was a real estate funds where one of the distributor took his clients to for that real estate funds. After the client has committed his 1 crore investment into that fund, the client came back to the distributor asking that can I invest 10 crores additional into that fund, or rather I want to invest into that particular property or that particular projects on which that fund is investing. Because at the fund level there is a restrictions that a fund cannot invest more than 10% on a particular project. And in a 100 crore fund, 10 crores has already been allocated, but there is an investor into that fund who is willing to invest additional 10 crores into that project. Now, do you provide co-investment opportunities to your investor, or you keep only nagging him with only mutual fund investment, mutual fund investment, and mutual fund investment? The question is you have to ask yourself. Now, the JP Morgan study tells you that there are a lot of services that is required when a client becomes wealthy. Now, when you see this screen, you will see there are four kind of colors that you see. One is a gray color, one is a light blue, one is a light green, and one is deep green. Now, deep green are those services that any wealthy families want to keep in-house. Matlab, they don't want to outsource. And then there are certain green color requirement, which they definitely want to outsource. And this includes tax planning, wealth transfer, investment, family business information, cloud computing, technology, succession planning, governance, and family educations. Now, this is where a family office can comes in, because globally, agar aap dekhenge, there are two kind of family office services that you provide. One is a single family office, and one is a are emerging, a very large and a very sophisticated multifamily offices can be set up by you. And trust me, the opportunity around multifamily offices is very limited. It's absolutely limitless. So what does a typical family office solution is ideally based out of? So if you see a family office solution, there are two kinds of services. One is those services which are typically in-house, or typically those services which you may not want to offer. And then there are certain family offices which you can offer and you should offer. And these are wealth management, risk management, capital management, succession planning, and advice on the cross-border investment and taxation. And that is exactly what we are offering in our Chartered Family Office module. Now, trust me, if you see the depth of these particular programs, you will be really surprised with the width of the programs that we offer. Under these programs, we offer the complete curriculum on alternate investments, because most of your large clients would be your AIF clients. And if you stay away from AIF, probably you're doing the biggest blunder. We teach you about PMS, we talk about inheritance succession planning, we talk about cross-border investment, we talk about NRI taxations and planning, and we also gives you a lot of other services. We are also introducing a golf module where you can pay and learn golf, because today a lot of your large clients, they operate and they stay in the golf course, and a lot of large business deals happens in golf. Do you know how to play? Not preparing yourself to capture that 100 crore client who is playing golf with your competitor. A lot of times you will see a lot of your clients, they have a family members or their children are willing to stay abroad. Can you provide citizen service provider may not become your competitor? Now, all these are covered into our family office module. So these programs, because in India, unlike in US, where in Harvard they teaches you a family office and wealth management curriculum, in India there is no structured curriculum for distributors and wealth managers on the family offices. You can click on the QR code on the right to read about that how Harvard Business Modules, wealth management, and family office curriculum is structured. So we introduced this curriculum almost a year back. Currently, we have more than 100 people who have done these programs. We have these programs running successfully. This is more than 100 to 150 hours program span over 7 to 8 months, where we cover all the curriculum that is required for you to practice a family office. Not only that, once you become a chartered family office manager, then also we advise you on how to create a family office agreement. So tomorrow you want to set up a family office. What is the first requirement for you? Is that you have to set up a family office service pro. You want to be a service provider, and you have to sign a family office service agreement with your target clients. Do you have that agreement with you? So that tomorrow, if I have a 100 crore client and he's ready to take my services as a family, those are the kind of services provide that we will help you to do that. Not only that, through our network, we also help you to help your clients set up businesses across the globe through our associates and partners across the country, across the world, so that if your clients tomorrow want to set up an office in Gift City, or if your client wants to set up an office in DIFC, or if your client wants to set up an office in Mauritius, just a phone call will help you to get him the solution that he's looking at. So this curriculum is being conducted on Saturdays and Sundays between 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock every day. Typically, it is a 7 to 8 months programs. And as I said at the beginning, that there are very few certification programs which also provide you upskilling, or vice versa, that there are a lot of upskilling programs that do not offer certification. Under this certification, when you do an AIF, you can also appear for 19A and 19B, because we cover them in depth and we cover them in detail. So that tomorrow, once you complete your 19A and 19B, you can go and appear for the exam. So while you complete your family office curriculum, you also become certified. That's how the programs is aligned. Tomorrow, when you do PMS with us, the moment you complete your PMS module with us, you go and appear for the PMS exam. Tomorrow, we are also including a lot of new, in fact, we are also including specialized investment funds, because today a lot of large families are also investing into hedge funds. Now, for an investor to invest into a hedge strategies, there are two options. Either can invest into Cat 3 AIFs, or they can invest into SIF. So we are covering also SIF in this curriculum from the next batch onwards. Existing participants will get a paid upgrade. So you need to just pay a very minor amount to upgrade. And other than this, we are building up a community where we are not only introducing you to the concept, but also we are also introducing you to the services. So tomorrow, if you want to learn how to play billiards books that you will have to buy. Some of these books may cost you 2,500, 3,000 rupees, but these are some of the best books which helps you to understand the family office in great details. Not only that, if you have investors who program very seriously, because when you go to a large clients, one way to differentiate yourself with your competition is to show yourself what you do things differently. There are large wealth management boutiques companies like Motilal Oswal Wealth, Kotak Wealth, Client Associates. They're also doing, and there are also progressive advisors who are doing these training programs. There has been a lot of news and noise around how family office culture is building up in India. So this is the last batch which is going to start at 50,000. All the next programs, because we are going to start these programs in the mid of February, and all programs which will happen after February, books that you will have to buy. Some of these books may cost you 2,500, 3,000 rupees, but these are some of the best books which helps you to understand the family office in great details. Not only that, if you have investors who you think is your eligible and successful investor in becoming a family office, these are the books you should gift to them. Don't send him WhatsApp images or don't send him WhatsApp updates to a guy who's worth 40 crores, 50 crores. Probably you buy a Richard Wilson, the family office book, and give it to him, which cost you 2,000 rupees. Because when you give him a 2,000 rupees book, the first thing that he will do is to check the price. And once he understands that you have an access to this kind of resources, he will start respecting you and he will start listening to you. So these particular programs cost you around 50,000 rupees plus GST. So this is the last batch which is going to start at 50,000. All the next programs, because we are going to start these programs in the mid of February, and all programs which will happen after February will cost you 1 lakh rupees. So the price is going to get exactly doubled. So if you want to register for these programs, my colleague Pradeep is there to help you to get into the registrations. So who are the people who are taking these programs? Family offices. They are personally taking these programs. A lot of banks with well counters like ICICI Wealth, HDFC, PBG, Kotak Wealth, they are taking this program very seriously, because when you go to a large clients, one way to differentiate yourself with your competition is to show yourself what you do things differently. There are large wealth management boutique companies like Motilal Oswal Wealth, Kotak Wealth, Client Associates. They're also doing, and there are also progressive advisors who are doing these training programs. There has been a lot of news and noise around how family office culture is building up in India. So I think this is the right time to prepare yourself for the next 10 years, the same way you have prepared yourself in the last 10 years to take the growth that happens around mutual fund industry. Before I go and end this session, understand that you have an access to this kind of resources, he will start respecting you and he will start listening to you. So this particular programs cost you around 50,000 rupees plus GST. So this is the last batch which is going to start at 50,000. All the next programs, because we are going to start these programs in the mid of February, and all programs which will happen after February will cost you 1 lakh rupees. So the price is going to get exactly doubled. So if you want to register for these programs, my colleague Pradeep is there to help you to get into the registrations. So who are the people who are taking these programs? Family offices, they are personally taking these programs. Lot of banks with well counters like ICICI Wealth, HDFC, PBG, Kotak Wealth, they are taking this program very seriously. Because when you go to a large clients, one way to differentiate yourself with your competition is to show yourself what you do things differently. There are large wealth management boutiques companies like Motilal Oswal Wealth, Kotak Wealth, Client Associates. They are also doing, and there are also progressive advisors who are doing these training programs. There has been a lot of news and noise around how family office culture is building up in India. So I think this is the right time to prepare yourself for the next 10 years, the same way you have prepared yourself in the last 10 years to take the growth that happens around mutual fund industry. Before I go and end these sessions, let me tell you a truth. Start preparing for the opportunity that you have created before it is predated by your competitions. You have given a lot of effort, lot of sweat, lot of times in creating wealth for your clients. Remember, client belongs to nobody. He is constantly judging you. Have you ever realized that when you talk something new to your son or a daughter, the next thing that he does is check the mobile phone and validate, no matter he is your son and you are his parents. Then, the same way, if you don't meet your client's demand or expectation, then probably the client is checking his mobile phone to validate whether you fit to be his distributor or advisor anymore. This programs is conducted by me and Deepak. We do a lot of these programs with large family offices. We also conduct family offices programs for a lot of large wealth management companies who in turns handle large family offices. Plus, also we are also connected to a lot of large family offices who has managed or who has a lot of money and who are renowned family offices today in India. So thank you very much for attending these sessions. Now, if you've got any questions, I would be very happy to answer anything that comes in your mind. Any questions? Any questions? Yeah, Pradeep, over to you. So if you've got any questions, you can ask. I would be very happy to answer them. If you do not.
Hi, Romichi. Very good evening.
Hi, hi, Vamsi. How are you doing?
I'm great, Romichi. How about you?
Very good. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, and happy New Year, by the way. So
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, Romichi. Thanks for such a elaborative view and update. See, when is this batch starting? And see, one concern is we wanted your help for partnering with the genuine, service providers, basically. Since you already told that we cannot be master of all the services, how can you, guide or help on that, Romiji?
So, Vamsi, there are two things. One is we have different service providers, and we are creating a library for them. So, let's say, for
Okay.
example, if you have got an investor who
Yeah.
is willing to invest into US businesses and he is not clear let's say, for example, you have a client whose daughter is willing to study in Netherlands, and he wants you to help him to give him complete access to Netherlands, to set up a, to get him a house, to get him a maid, to get him a cook, to get him everything. So sitting in Bombay or wherever you are, you can do everything. So we have service providers
Yeah.
whom you can agree, who can, like the way you associate with the mutual fund companies, in the same way you can associate it with them as a consultant, and they will provide you all the services. So Vamsi, that comes when you register for these programs, and we also introduce them from time to time.
Okay. And see, this multi-family office setup.
Not only from managing money, but also from providing capital also.
Yeah.
So setting up a multi-family office service provider is your first step. Then is a family office agreement that you create with all these individuals. So we provide as a part of this curriculum only.
Oh, that's fantastic. One other challenge,
Do that? The answer is yes. Can you do that if you are a multi-service provider? The answer is no. That's what the difference is.
yeah, that is a thing which we require with your vast experience, because they should not bypass us and they should collaborate, and they should make a win-win situation, Romiji.
Absolutely, Vamsi.
That
Absolutely.
is one
Absolutely.
thing.
That is where.
Yeah. Second thing, Romiji, see, I have been associated with Deepakji and our AFM for more than a decade with the courses and everything. But one practical challenge I will have is, see, theoretically everything, your curriculum, everything is amazing. But while I have a client and I am stuck where, for example, like you said, the similar example. Now I have a client where 100 crores is there with him, which I have to advise, or a 40 crores I have to plan. My capacity, I don't know, whether I want to give the client first approach and give him the best. But that is the time I am struck, actually,
No,
Romiji.
Vamsi, that's what I'm saying. So, Abhi, I will talk to you separately. I'll introduce you to a distributor in Bangalore
Uh,
who had just got into family office curriculum, and he works for TCS.
oh,
Now he wanted to start. So the
okay.
first 5 clients to convert on AIF was done by us for him. Now he
Oh,
has got the confidence.
oh, fantastic.
I'll
Fantastic.
introduce him. This is a
Amazing.
community that we are going to build.
Amazing. Amazing to hear.
That's what I'm saying. If you, let's say, for example, if your client
to hear this, and I am yes, Rohit, please tell.
so one of the distributors had a client whose son wanted to study golf, play golf.
Yeah.
So we connected the distributors with a golf trainer in Calcutta.
Oh, nice, very nice. This is all very promising, and I know.
Because there are 3 lakhs mutual fund distributors. How can you create a differentiating to your clients?
No, this is an amazing initiative.
This is also Vamsi, we are trying to include that. So why?
Fantastic.
Because there are, and this is not a program. This is like a community that we are going to build. This is a community that we are going to build.
Amazing to hear.
That's what I'm saying. If you, let's say, for example, if you
Oh, nice, very nice. This is all very promising, and I know.
because there are 3 lakhs mutual fund distributors. How can you create a differentiating to your clients?
No, this is an amazing initiative. I love the way after your leadership.
This is also Vamsi, we are trying to include that. So why?
Fantastic.
Because there are, and this is not a program. This is like a community that we are going to build. This is a community that we are going to build.
Amazing to hear.
That's what I'm saying. If you, let's say, for example, if your client
to hear this, and I am yes, Rohit, please tell.
So one of the distributors had a client whose son wanted to study golf, play golf.
Yeah.
So we connected the distributors with a golf trainer in Calcutta.
Oh, nice, very nice. This is all very promising, and I know.
Because there are 3 lakhs mutual fund distributors. How can you create a differentiating to your clients?
No, this is an amazing initiative. I love the way after your leadership has come. I'm seeing a real big change. And thank you for
thank you so
bringing
much.
all
Thank
this
you so much.
for
लेक्चर्स SIF से मैंने सीख के फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में क्लियर कर लिया सर थैंक यू सो मच सर
Thank you, Kavita ji. And Kavita, I will only tell you
हो गया,
2
sir.
things. No, Kavita, I'll tell you 2 things.
जी
Be absolutely serious into this. I'm going to create a very big community around family offices in India. Trust me, I'm also connected to a lot of family offices where I will bring them. So tomorrow, अगर आप लार्ज इन्वेस्टर के साथ बात कर रहे हो ना, यू कैन इनवाइट द पर्सन हु इज 5,000 crore guy to speak in your clients programs. You don't need to bring a fund manager. क्या होता है ना कविता, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल आपने अगर 10 क्लाइंट को बुलाए हो किसी डिनर में, and if a guy comes in who is a marquee guy who has built institution, who has also 5,000 crore with him, जब वो आपके लिए इन्वेस्टर्स मीट में बात करेंगे ना, उनका असर अलग होगा rather than a fund manager talking. So we want to change the entire perspective of that going forward. So community around family offices in India. Trust me, I am also connected to a lot of family offices where I will bring them. So tomorrow अगर आप large investor के साथ बात कर रहे हो ना, you can invite the person who is 5,000 crore guy to speak in your clients programs. You don't need to bring a fund manager. क्या होता है ना कविता, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल आपने अगर 10 क्लाइंट को बुलाए हो किसी डिनर में, and if a guy comes in who is a marquee guy who has built institution, who has also 5,000 crore with him, जब वो आपके लिए इन्वेस्टर्स मीट में बात करेंगे ना, उनका असर अलग होगा rather than a fund manager talking. So we want to change the entire perspective of that going forward. So all our family office people will get a completely a different services from us going forward. So enjoy करिए and learn the
इसमें
subject.
और क्या करना था वो आज आपसे मुझे पता चला, मुझे पता भी नहीं था इसमें करना क्या क्या है, तो आज मुझे पता चला, बाकी कोर्स भी
आपको
कंप्लीट कर
पता है
दूंगी।
आपको पता है कि आप जब गोल्फ खेलते हो सिर्फ एक हाथ में गोल्फ में ग्लव्स क्यों पहना जाता है?
नो
नहीं
आइडिया।
जानते हो? सिखाया जाएगा, so don't worry, wait for it.
Sir,
Sure,
please
sure.
just make me the host
Thank you.
also, please. So I can share the payment information with the candidates.
Okay, ठीक है.
Romit sir,
Romit sir,
hi.
there is hello. Romit sir,
Hi Shivram bhai, how are you? Happy
say
New Year.
after completing this course, do we need to take any SEBI registration?
No. Family office is a charter program, but
Okay.
other exams, because what I understand from SEBI is going to bring up these regulations in the next 2 to 3 years. Like you are a PMS distributor, mutual fund distributor, this you can also register as a family office manager also. But abhi nahi, maybe in the next 2 to 3 years period.
Okay.
And before we going ahead, I just wanted to
So as
let
of now,
everyone know that I have shared the payment link information in the chat box for everyone. As Romit sir rightly said, the program costing is like 50,000 for all the attendees plus tax. And we have a flexible payment option, like you can just pay 10,000 for now to block your seat, because the batch will get started in the middle of February. So you just pay 10,000 for now to block your seat, and will honor the same price, 50,000 plus tax, because after 15th it will be 1 lakh plus tax. Yes sir, please go ahead.
Basically, what Pradeep is asking you, buy a call option for this programs at 10,000 rupees. So tomorrow, when the price increases, you don't need to pay, you will get. That's how the call option operates.
Hi Romit
Yes.
sir.
I
Sir, first of all, thank you so much. It was indeed a very good session. I
Thank
have
you,
a
sir.
small questions. In this family office module, you said we will cover estate planning as well.
Yeah.
So, sir, I just want to understand to what extent we will be covering this topic also, because there is a separate course also. If I know, CTEP is also there.
So, Santosh, we will be covering mostly inheritance and succession planning. So,
Okay.
Deepak will be able to give you a complete idea what is being covered, because that's where, Deepak is a magician. He's considered to be a father in that. So, what I'll ask
Yes.
is, what I'll do is, Pradeep, you can connect Santosh with Deepak once. I'll have a word with Deepak. And also, you can share the 10 sessions for 30, 40 hours module, what we cover in succession and inheritance planning with Santosh also.
Thank you, sir.
I
That
hope
would
that.
be.
Santosh, don't worry. In
Sure,
the
sir.
next 2 to 3 days, we'll connect you to Deepak. Deepak will be able to give you, because if you would have asked me Gift City, cross-border investment, taxations, AIF, SIF, I would have told you, because that's where I teach. Uh, you know,
Yes,
uh,
yes.
so Deepak will be able to tell you about what he's going to teach you on. So if you've got any questions, you can ask me here. Uh,
Trust me, this program is for the lifetime.
Pradeep, there is some problem with the network connections. I don't know whether I am having these connections or everybody have it, or maybe there is some problem with me. So
No, we can't hear Pradeep actually.
One second.
you are audible all while,
Pradeep
but
can you
your
also
voice is breaking.
yeah.
I'm
Pradeep can you please post the whole curriculum and schedule and other details in a group which you have created? And payment link also, can you please share in that group, please?
sure. I'm doing it.
Great.
हेलो
Any questions?
हेलो
Yeah, please. Hi.
हाय सर विनीत लोनी बात कर रहा हूँ सर कैसे हैं सर
Hi, Vinit. Yeah, please.
या हाँ सर अभी मैं यहाँ पे सांगली में रहता हूँ तो माय प्रॉब्लम इज दैट कि ऐसे फैमिली ऑफिसेस जैसे क्लाइंट्स यहाँ पे होंगे या फिर वेयर आई कैन गेट या फिर ऐसा कुछ आप प्रमोट करते हैं कम्युनिटी बना के या फिर ऐसा कुछ है कि दिस इज द गाय की फैमिली ऑफिसेस ही कैन हैंडल और वेयर वी कैन हाईलाइट आवर सेल्फ और मार्केट आवर सेल्फ
Vinith, first of all, don't think that Sangli is a underplaced, because Sangli has, and I know Sangli very well. Huh? So don't ever think that Sangli does not have a family office clients. Number one. Number two, being in Sangli does not restrict you to also set up a business in Mumbai,
ओके
because at least I know at least three families in Sangli, who are 100 crore plus. I know personally, because I am very well connected with Nitin Sawant, and Nitin is a very leading investment advisor in Sangli, and he has set up. So I don't know whether you know Nitin or not.
यस यस आई
So,
नो सर
so I also sit into the board of Nitin as an independent director. So trust me, don't, because since you have said Sangli, so I'm very excited. Sangli, so first of all, don't think that family office मतलब 100 crore, family office मतलब 20 crore भी होता है, because इंडिया में ना 20 crore बाहर के लोकेशन में 100 crore के बराबर होता है, because इंडिया में when a middle class earns 20 crores, he needs that money to be protected, to grow, and to also, because आप सोचो ना 20 करोड़ में उसका 20करोड़ में भी होगा. Who said that 30 crores is small amount in India? I know investors, who have companies, who have set up companies, and today they are 25, 30 crores, and they have 100 people company doing something. So, Vinith, that being in Sangli does not stops you. Sangli to Mumbai is 5 hours. Sangli to Pune is 3 hours. Pune to Mumbai is 2 hours maximum. So,
राइट
so, and I know Sangli, that's what I'm saying. So, आपके लिए तो और भी है, because वैसा जगह पे ना, you know, 25 साल पहले भी इंडस्ट्री में था, अभी भी 25 साल बाद भी रहूंगा। दिस विल बी द मोस्ट सॉट आफ्टर प्रोग्राम्स आफ्टर 1 to 2 years। जिस तरह से लोग CWM, CTP, CFP करते हैं ना, 1 साल बाद मैं आपको गारंटी देता हूँ ये प्रोग्राम्स के पीछे लोगों का लाइन लग जाएगा। पीपल आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग। Did you realize that how CFP or a CWM or a QPFP will grow 20 years back? कभी आपने सोचा था? नहीं सोचा। मैं आपको गारंटी, बिकॉज 20 साल पहले भी मैं था, आई वॉज पार्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री, आई क्रिएटेड लॉट ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स टुडे हु ट्रीट मैं आपको गारंटी देता हूं, द मोमेंट द क्लाइंट क्रॉसेस 5-6 करोड़ का हो जाता है ना, वो खुद से खुद अपना म्यूचुअल फंड करना शुरू कर देता है।
राइट सर, राइट।
सो ओनली बीइंग अ म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर,
अर्निंग जो रहेगा वो दैट जैसे अपना
I
एआई
will not discuss anything here. It's a very
ओके,
premium programs. Everything once you register for this program.
यस
Yeah,
सर,
and Vineet sir, trust me, as Romit sir has like beautifully explained the opportunities.
Article. That's why I said, read this article. Read this article. This article tells you Indians are
ओके,
creating wealth faster than the wealth management industry. हम लोग सिर्फ म्यूचुअल फंड में बैठे हुए हैं, सोच रहे हैं म्यूचुअल फंड सही है। अरे सबको पता है म्यूचुअल फंड सही है। डू यू
राइट।
थिंक द क्लाइंट हु हैज क्रिएटेड 5 करोड़, 2 करोड़, 5 करोड़ रुपया बना लिया, उसके लिए म्यूचुअल फंड इज समथिंग विच यू आर टॉकिंग न्यू टू हिम?
नो नो सर, नो सर, ही इज
सिंपल।
लुकिंग फॉर अनदर
Yes, another vertical. And
यस,
Vineet sir, go and I've already shared the link. We're not asking for much. We're just
ओके।
asking, just pay 10,000. on the monthly basis or on the weekly basis. So that can be worked it out. The point is you have to have the registration before that.
Okay.
Once it's up, it will be very difficult.
नहीं नहीं, ऑनेस्टली बोल रहा हूँ विनीत, आई विल टेल यू व्हाट
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, sir.
एक्चुअली मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, ये प्रोग्राम में हम लोग इतना, नॉट ओनली दैट, आई एम गोइंग टू ब्रिंग लॉट ऑफ लार्ज इन्वेस्टर्स इनटू दिस प्रोग्राम. मैं छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ.
Okay.
Let's say for example today, if Vamsi wants to do a client meet with let's say 10 people,
Okay.
let's say Vinit Loni wants to do a client meet with जो जिसके पास 50-60 करोड़ है, उनको लेके एक क्लाइंट मीट कराना चाहता है.
Okay. Yes, sir.
मैं आपको 1,000 करोड़ का क्लाइंट के लेके बैठाऊंगा आपके सामने, मैं आपको गारंटी देता हूँ, ये सबके सामने, ये रिकॉर्डिंग है, चल रहा है, आप मेरे को बाद में पकड़ सकते. आई विल डू अ क्लाइंट मीट विथ अ वेरी लार्ज इन्वेस्टर. यू डोंट नीड टू ब्रिंग अ फंड मैनेजर, वो सब लोग सुनता है, मगर उसको, उसके क्लाइंट को ये समझना चाहिएगा कि बॉस विनीत लोनी के इवेंट में ये क्लाइंट आता है जिसके पास 1,000 करोड़ है, बिकॉज उसके नाम सर्च करेंगे वो दिखेगा वो कौन है. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. आई वांट टू क्रिएट अ कम्युनिटी ऑफ रियल टाइम फैमिली ऑफिस गाइज इन इंडिया.
Right, sir. Right. Yeah, I'm thinking of the same कि कैसा है कि मैं अभी one man हूँ, तो I can make a huge amount out of this profession also. क्योंकि अभी मैं म्यूचुअल फंड थोड़ा थोड़ा करते बैठूंगा, तो when I can grow 500 crore or 1,000 crore by this my family
बिकॉज नो, मैं आपको
office.
बता देता हूँ, 3 things will going to change your business going forward: टेक्नोलॉजी, knowledge and mindset.
Okay.
Simple. अगर if you're not changing technology, you are out. If you're not upgrading knowledge, you are out. And if you're not changing your mindset, you are out.
Right, sir. Very true. It's
मैं तो
no.
आपको बता रहा हूँ, I am consultant to big companies like Kotak Wealth. Now
Okay.
Kotak Wealth, they handle large clients. They have
Right,
Kotak
right.
Wealth. उनका भी ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम में ही बोलता हूँ, 3 things: knowledge, technology and mindset. And nobody, विनीत, मैं आपको
हाँ, sir.
गारंटी देता हूँ, इतने सारे इवेंट होता है ना इंडिया में,
हाँ जी.
कितने सारे इवेंट होता है, हर महीना कहीं पे ना कहीं पे इवेंट होता है. Nobody, मैं गारंटी देता हूँ, nobody is going to talk what I'm talking in my presentation.
Right, sir. Right.
Technology, mindset and knowledge.
Right,
Thank
sir.
you so much, Vineet sir. You have successfully registered for it. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking this opportunity at front end. And I request others also. This is a golden opportunity for all of you. Like even
So
Vineet
Pradeep,
sir.
I will have to leave. I have another presentation starting. So thank you all very much. अगर किसी को भी personal discussion चाहिए होगा, I'm just a phone call away. So please do connect with me. I'll be very happy to take you through before you take the investment decisions. अगर आपको लगता है कि you want to talk to me, you want to understand what are the things, that my number is 9892072790. So I repeat once again, 98920. Most of you have my number. फिर भी मैं आप लोगों को बता देता हूं what is my number. So my number is 9892072790. Just say me hi. I will name your number and we can talk anytime. Anytime.
Thank you
Anytime.
so much,
So
sir.
thanks.
That's so kind of you. And Alpesh ji, Lavneet sir have already registered. So thank you so much. Santosh, Vineet Loni sir, Yatendra ji, Rajesh bhai, and to others also. I just have one quick request. Please make most of this opportunity. Kanika, please make most of this opportunity and trust me. Register for this program and just pay only 10,000 for now. Rest will be our call. This is a program for the lifetime, as he rightly said. Janesh, Rajesh, Taralji, uh, just it's a one time offer that sir has introduced. And yes, Jatendra ji.
प्रदीप जी बोलना चाहता हूँ कि मैं ऑलरेडी रजिस्टर कर चुका हूँ लास्ट बैच में और हमारा बैच चालू हो चुका है। तो यहाँ पे जितने भी लोग हैं उनको जस्ट मेरे को एक ये करना है, रिक्वेस्ट करना
Thank you so
very
much.
much confident that this program will be of much use.
So
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
guys,
Yes, thank you.
it's not like that. We have told Yatendra ji to say anything about it. He himself saying he's saying what he is learning out of this program, and trust me, this program will be a big game changer for all of you. It's like as Sir said that it's a call taken option that we are offering it to you right now. So you are just blocking your seat for the future events which will gonna change your life drastically professionally, which will make you something else. So believe me, you give us like a month or 2 months time, and once your learning journey gets started, you'll altogether be at a different level. Yes, Taralji, I got it. So you have already enrolled in one of the other program, and believe me, once you be part of this program, and once you be in with Romit sir, as you have already seen it, it's just once you will be in the live learning phase with him, you will be at a different level. Yes, Vineet sir, thank you so much for blocking your seat. Vineet Pednekar sir, thank you so much uh, for your quickness and taking this opportunity at upfront. Uh, like later on, my team will definitely be in touch with all of you uh, to make this offer valid. Yes, I'm sharing it to you.
Sir, last time you were provided a discount of 5,000. Is it there available this for this session also?
Sorry, do what?
Last this webinar, a discount of 5,000 was provided.
So that was like the upfront. Initiate the payment and send me the payment confirmation. Me and my team will definitely be in touch with you.
My power went out, so I have to reconnect. Please
Sorry,
post that payment link in the chat box, huh? Once again.
one sec. Let me just post it once again. You got
Yeah, I
there?
will be saying some 3 months, because here pin code everything is there, na? So it should not
Don't
create any
worry.
problem, na?
No problem. See,
Okay.
we'll work it
Okay.
out. We'll work
Okay.
it out.
Okay.
We'll make the, as I said, the flexible payment options will be there. So thank you, Taralji, for the confirmation that you got. Let me just check if Shivram sir has done it.
Still getting the connection is not stable. That's why. Now it came. Instant.
Vinita ma'am, do you have any questions? Ravi sir, any questions?